Warning, this podcast contains a bunch of spoilers. What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the As Seen on TV podcast for Agent Carter, Season 1, Episode 5, The Iron Ceiling. I'm your host, Mike, and we're so lonely tonight. Joining me...
Aww, just us three.
...is Cleo, just us three. Joining us is Cleo and Captain America.
Captain America, guys.
I need trinkets. I need fun stuff. I'm
it doesn't
always
matter.
unprepared.
I wouldn't be able to see it.
Well, but you don't need to see it. They need to see it.
That's true. But...
Also joining us is a fox. I don't know how this fox got over here. This is not my fox.
That she was a fox.
Holy shit, this fox is absolutely adorable. Okay.
I wish I could see it. I cannot comment on the fox that I cannot see.
So, what'd you think of this episode?
Freaking amazing.
Yeah. I know last week we...
Really good, because Howling Commandos.
Yeah. I know last week we had mentioned...
Tiny Black Widows.
Oh my god, yeah, you know what? Screw what we were talking about last week. We Tiny Black Widows.
Tiny Black Widows.
That's a hell of a training program.
Wow, yeah.
It's like...
We're gonna train you to fight this other girl. Break her neck.
Yeah, see, I didn't know how they were going at that point. I'm like, oh, wow, this is nice. A boarding school for girls in Russia.
Yeah.
They don't want you running off in the middle of the night.
Oh, no, they chain you to the bed.
I could not sleep handcuffed to the bed. I'm sorry. I mean...
You would have to learn.
They would have to be really long chains, and I'd have to be able to get comfortable, because I move around a lot with my arms and junk like that. Yeah, you're right, I'd have to learn pretty quick. So, that's the Black Widow program, as we were dropped hints at last week.
And I love just how much character you learned about Dottie from seemingly, no dialogue. The whole bread thing speaks volumes.
Yeah.
She shared bread with the girl who she then killed, and then did the same thing with Peggy. And I was like, oh, Peggy, watch out. She could break your neck. She just shared her bread with you.
Yeah, don't take... Lesson learned from this episode. Do not accept bread from blondes from Iowa.
From crazy blondes who are probably lying about Iowa.
Yeah, that whole training program, though, it's like they were indoctrinating these kids to be Americans. I mean, what better way to fit a spy in as, a foreign agent or a foreign national?
They make her Snow White.
Exactly.
They're literally turning these girls into Snow White.
They are turning them into Snow White. They're having them study American culture so they could fit in from a very young age, so it's as if they are American. They probably know very little of their own Russian, culture, maybe? I don't know. It would be confusing.
Yeah, and it depends on where they're getting these girls. They're probably getting these girls off the street.
Mm-hmm. So, the question, what is Dottie's endgame?
Depends on who she's working for.
Well...
You can deduce she's working for Leviathan.
We can deduce. Right. Now, but why? Is Leviathan really the bad guy, though? I mean, we had Hydra. Hail Hydra, the great evil German organization, and now it's like, oh, Leviathan, they're the Russian Hydra. But are they?
That's a good question. Because it could just be that they're guns for hire. And especially the Widow program could just be that maybe they're spies for hire, not an organized spy organization. Because that was a sentence that I just said.
Yeah, it made sense. I followed it. An organized spy organization. You work for the Department of Redundancy Department. It's fine. You're good.
Yes, the ATM machine.
Yes, the ATM. Fuck you. That always gets me. The ATM machine, because I hear it almost on a daily basis, and it's like I'm numb to it.
The automatic teller machine.
Yes, the automatic teller machine. Yeah, they're dropping. They're misdirecting us. That's a good word.
Yes.
Because they're making it seem like, ooh, Leviathan big and evil, Howard Stark in trouble. But now we're getting more hints that make it seem like Howard Stark is working with Leviathan in some way.
But Howard needs to tell the whole truth, because he's not telling. He's telling a bit of the truth. He's not telling the whole truth.
We can't handle the truth? This was before I feel good, man.
Hard to know. Hard to know. We don't have enough information yet.
No, we don't. So, yeah, I mean, I have a feeling that it's not going to be as cut and dry as Leviathan's the bad guy, Howard was innocent, and completely innocent.
Yeah.
And other stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, all this sort of gray area it's going to carry over to S.H.I.E.L.D. Obviously, we know just how gray S.H.I.E.L.D. is.
Yeah.
Not going away.
Yeah, it's definitely not going away.
It's going to continue to be gray.
Continue to be gray. I like gray. I don't like gray. So, we get the Howling Commandos. Peggy... Oh, we should put it this way. Peggy Carter deciphers a code that a code breaker couldn't decipher because he didn't speak Russian.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you consider that it was in Russian?
Apparently not. So she breaks this code way quicker than anybody should be allowed to break the code. And
she probably speak fluent German, Russian, Japanese.
Yeah, all of those. And this was my favorite, best part of the episode for me. And something I've been waiting for is basically she's no longer get the coffee girl. She's pretty much telling her boss, this is what's going to happen. He's like, Thompson and the other two agents, you're going, and Carter,
red shirts.
Yeah, the red shirts. Thompson, red shirt 1, red shirt 2. You mean Thompson, red shirt 1, red shirt 2, and Carter are going. If I can get the 100...
I'm going, because literally they would suck without me.
They would totally suck without me. If I can get the 107th, would you change your mind? Yeah, okay. Walks out the door.
He so did not believe her.
No, he totally did not. She walks back in 45 seconds? And
They're going to meet us at the border.
They're going to meet us at the Polish border. That was the plan, right? That's the only obvious one.
She's good.
She's good, and I mean, she finally gets some respect by the end of this from the chief, from Thompson. Let's talk about Thompson. We finally get some more backstory on him.
As soon as they left, I'm like, the Boy Scout's not actually a Boy Scout.
No, because
I thought the opposite of what it actually turned out. I was like, he never served, did he? That was like my initial thing. I was like, he never served.
Yeah, they were...
I thought he was lying about serving.
They must have given some kind of subtle hint about that, because I got a very similar vibe. Like, he's not a war hero, or he's, he was never in the military. Because, 5 episodes. Go ahead.
I think it was because he was nervous about the jump, and he actually admitted he'd never done a real jump. He'd only done test jumps.
Right.
So I guess that was the clue that it was like, oh, maybe he's never served.
Mm-hmm.
But it turned out to be different.
Right. Well, he was in the Navy, because he got a Navy cross.
Yes, that's right. So he wouldn't be jumping out of airplanes being in the Navy.
Very rarely. Maybe. So, 5 episodes he's been painted as, the poster boy for, World War II. War hero, served, young, handsome, can get the job done, stuff like that. Decorated. And then we find out some information. His decoration is because he killed 6 Japanese soldiers quicker than anybody could react. And... Oh my god, excuse me. That was terrible. He killed 6 Japanese soldiers before anybody could react, thus saving the camp and his CO's life and everything, and they slapped a medal on him for it.
Yeah.
Good story.
What doesn't make sense is he said that they were there with a white flag. Why would they come into their camp with a white flag?
Well,
that's the thing that didn't make sense to me.
I mean, the white flag is pretty much the only thing that'll get past the language barrier. It's like the universal sign for surrender.
Yes, but if they were entrenched, then why wouldn't the Japanese raise their flag on their side? Why would they come all the way over to the Americans' camp to give them the white flag? That didn't make sense.
Oh, the way Thompson made it seem, they were they were dug in. It was a routine, nothing mission, and I mean, it could have just been a small squad of Japanese soldiers, and not like an entire encampment or an entire entrenchment. They could have just broken off and been like, you know what, fuck this, we want to live.
Oh, I see. Okay, like they weren't...
Still, going into the camp in the dark at night while everybody's asleep. First off, I guess they didn't post a lookout because they figured there were no enemies around or something? Or
maybe Thompson was the lookout.
Oh, maybe... That's a good point. I didn't think about
Thompson
that.
could have been the watch.
Yeah. So, anyway, the whole thing, he really slaughtered 6 surrendering soldiers and hid the evidence.
He didn't notice.
He didn't notice, no.
Until he killed them all.
He still would have gotten in shit for it, though.
Yes, of course.
So he hid the evidence, and they slapped a medal on him for it.
Yeah.
And apparently he has some seriously repressed PTSD over that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and that's also why he's such an incredible shit in the office, is because he's overcompensating.
Yeah, he's trying to live up to, here's the image, like I said, the poster boy. He's trying to live up to that now.
Yeah, and that's also why he was being a dick to Sousa.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's still covering up that he did something terrible.
Right, exactly.
That he doesn't deserve what he got.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about Sousa.
Lead sleuth. My baby, no.
Sherlock here.
Yeah.
He's probably the only decent detective in that friggin' agency right now.
Yes.
So, discovers he finally figured out that Peggy is the blonde.
I loved it. They tricked him into looking at her in her underwear.
Yes, I mean...
That was great, though. That was funny.
That was funny, and because of that, he sees the scars from 2 gunshot wounds. And then sees them in the picture.
Yeah, and he had to check her health, her physical.
Yeah, her records.
Yeah.
And... Ding, 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 ding. What did you find, Sousa? How do you think he's going to handle that one?
Not very well.
No, I don't think he's going to handle that very well.
I think he feels very betrayed. I mean, you see it in his eyes when he talks to Peggy.
Mm-hmm.
He's not happy.
No, he's not happy.
And I mean, he's gonna handle it well, like you would handle a traitor.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not gonna go to her first.
No,
he's too hurt for that.
Right, exactly. He is too hurt for that. I'm curious how this is going to play out. And, now, all of a sudden, Peggy, she gets told, good work, Carter, and gets invited out for a drink with the guys, which...
Well, you want to know why? Because Thompson's got a thingy thing for her.
Yeah, that was nice. All of a sudden. Just...
No, I don't think it's all of a sudden. Because what? Didn't one of them say he's had a thing for her for a while?
Yeah, the chief said... When she went out of the room, the chief said, look, Thompson, I have no time for your little crush on Carter.
Yeah.
So...
when he said that, I was like, oh, a lot of it makes sense now.
Yeah, like, suddenly.
Oh, that's why he's such a dick.
Oh. The light was shown.
Crush on her.
I wonder how that's going to play out.
Also, probably not well.
Probably not well. There's a lot of things that are going to go not well coming soon.
I know. I'm not looking forward to it.
No, me neither.
I am and I'm not, because it's like, I want all you guys to be cool.
I do too.
But nothing's gonna be cool.
No.
It might be cool after things go to shit, but things are gonna go to shit first.
Things are gonna go to shit, yes, definitely. And before they go to shit, one question here. Chief Dooley. It's kind of surprising, to me anyway, that he's starting to doubt whether Howard Stark is actually guilty of anything. Like,
yeah.
He's starting to question stuff. He confronts Jarvis in the street and tells him, talks to him for a bit, and you get the impression, like, he's starting to put pieces together, and he realizes, like he said, there's 3 sides to every story. Your side, my side, and the truth. He's trying to piece together the truth because he's being told one side, that, Stark's a traitor, commie sympathizer, selling secrets to the enemy. And then Stark's side is, no, I'm not. I'm a loyal American. So
my
what's the truth?
shit got stolen. They're setting me up.
My shit got stolen. They're setting me up. So what's the truth if it's in between there?
Yeah. Because everything he's looked into has been so... Like, the truth has been, A, vague, and B, so far from what it is on the surface.
Exactly. It's, was it a mystery wrapped in enigma, enveloped in a confusing cloud of fox.
Yes, I could not have said it any more eloquently.
You know me.
Yeah.
I'm the emperor of eloquence.
You did it.
I did it. So, good episode.
Very.
Lots of action. Peggy racked up a body count.
Yeah. The Commandos lost a man, and so did the SSR.
They both lost a man. I thought Dugan was dead when
when she stabbed him in the chest.
Wait, a mini widow stabs him dead, right in the chest. I'm like, oh my god, they're killing them all off.
John was just like stone faced, and I'm like, it's okay, he lives. You see him, a couple of years later in the beginning of S.H.I.E.L.D. Don't worry, he lives. I'm like, John, please calm down. It's okay.
It's okay. Calm down.
It's all right.
We're good. We're good. Yeah, that one was shocking.
Yeah.
That little shit.
John was like, he should have thrown the grenade after that little bitch. Maybe, but
maybe. Oh god. I'm glad they didn't kill them off. I knew they weren't going to, but then there was that like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
They're rewriting shit here. So.
Oh please! If anyone can take a stab wound at the chest, it's him.
Yeah, it's him. And Dugan's entire payment for this, for
He's
meeting...
tough as hell.
Yeah, his entire payment for meeting Peggy in a random place on the Polish border.
Just a bottle of bourbon.
Just a bottle of bourbon.
That the Russian scientist takes with... No, not a scientist. Russian therapist takes with him.
Yes, the Russian doctor takes it with him.
He just takes the bottle. That's my pick. Don't take that.
Yeah, takes a hit off of it and says, that is terrible.
I'm like, respect the bourbon, man.
Respect the bourbon.
Respect it.
He respects the vodka.
I know, fucking Russians.
I'm
Russian, it's okay, I don't worry about it.
Nah, I'm fine. That's good. I like my rum. Anyway, anything else you want to talk about this episode? I don't know, I think we covered most of it, right?
Yeah, most of like the plot points we did. There was a lot of action in this episode, so.
Which is what the last
awesome.
episode missed. Yeah, a lot of good, awesome action.
Yes.
I'm just, my major questions, like, what is Dottie's motivation?
Yeah.
What's the deal, basically, what's the truth?
Yeah.
What is actually going on here?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we find out soon.
Yes.
We might get a little bit of that in the next episode. The next episode is... Damn it, I have the synopsis, I don't have the name. I think it was A Sin to Air, or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway. The synopsis is, Peggy discovers the shocking truth about Leviathan, but doesn't realize that her true enemies are even closer than she imagined. Meanwhile, Sousa is close to Huh?
Hail Hydra!
Yes. Sousa is close to confirming the truth about Peggy and may just put her in the crosshairs of the SSR. And if you watch the, preview for next week's episode, you hear the chief saying Peggy Carter is now a fugitive from justice and wanted for treason or something like that. Basically the same thing they said about Howard Stark.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's
technically doing the same thing that Stark is being accused of doing.
Exactly. And there's a scene where we see Sousa pulling a gun on her, so that'll go well. Anyway, it's good stuff. It's riveting. Yeah. And I can't wait for more. So that's our show, everybody. You may have noticed there's just the two of us alone. There were technical difficulties on one end and illnesses on the other. Now, I'm trying to play this off cool that I had so little time to set up this 2-box that, hey, Cleo, where can they find you?
You can find me at Cleo Moto with Captain America.
With Captain America. You can find me there at Thilladrin on Twitter. You can find her everywhere, by the way, at Cleo Moto. All over the internet. You can only find me on Twitter at Thilladrin, right there. You can also find all of us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, I'm probably forgetting something, at ASO TV Podcast. You can follow us there for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. Walking Dead's coming back soon. We're excited about that.
This weekend.
This weekend, yeah.
I think so.
We're recording this on Thursday.
Or next weekend.
This weekend. This Sunday. Anyway, that's our show, everyone. I can keep waving, even though they don't say it.
Okay.